The President of the Senate leads lawmakers as plenary resumes on the second legislative day for the week. In a motion of urgent national importance, the Senate's chief whip, Senator Ali Ndume, whips up the suicide attack in Goza, Borno State, where over 30 persons were killed and scores injured on June 29.
The victims were mainly civilians returning from a wedding ceremony where the assailant was identified.
Lawmakers raised significant concerns over the absence of adequate technology to advance security in the region.
It costs nothing for the intelligent army to get devices in their phone to know where these notorious criminals live. As I'm here, I check my phone regularly and I know the number of guns that are very close to me here. There are over 277 guns.
If we educate young people, we'll be in a position to keep them out of some of these things that embarrass us.
The prayers, which include asking the federal government to secure hot spots inhabited by insurgents in Sambisa Forest and the Lake Chad region, were adopted. However, one senator had an additional prayer.
Under the supervision and oversight of this National Assembly, previous service chiefs diverted money to build universities in their various communities. Those are the kind of resources that should have been used to procure modern technology. We saw that the Navy even appropriate money to buy a yacht. That is why the oversight responsibility of this Senate is extremely important, to prevent the armed forces to prioritize in a manner that coincides with what we think the Nigerian Army should be doing.
His prayer was seconded, but rather interestingly, when put to a voice vote, the prayer was quashed.
Those in support of this additional prayer say aye, and those against say nay. Okay. The nays have it.
In another motion of urgent national importance raised by Senator Asuko Ekpeyong, the lawmakers resolved to investigate the importation of substandard petrol and diesel into the country.
Also note that the quality of the said diesel is below the Nigerian standard in terms of flash and sulfur levels. Also aware that NMDPR has persistently continued to issue import licenses for diesel and jet fuel despite sufficient local production capacity.
I wonder how the same agency of the government will import into the country adulterated diesel. We demand that we need a major reform. Head must roll in the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation and even other agencies of the government that are saddled with this responsibility.
Meanwhile, the President of the Senate corroborates views by other lawmakers that the issues within the Petroleum Industry Act should be reviewed. The ad hoc committee to be chaired by the Senate leader has been given 3 weeks to report back to the House.
He has not done anything, Mr. President.
Minutes after, the upper chamber dissolved into a closed-door session to discuss the conflict between the senator representing the FCT, Senator Ireti Kingibe, and the minister of the FCT, Mr. Nyesom Wike. The outcome was not disclosed.
The Senate has also asked the federal government to further expand the Renewed Hope legacy road infrastructure projects to include the Calabar through to Maiduguri Highway to properly integrate the Northeast into the legacy road infrastructure projects in Nigeria. From the National Assembly, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, senators from the southeast zone of Nigeria have pleaded with President Bola Tinubu for the release of the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The senators, led by Senator Enyinaya Baribe, say they believe the release of Mr. Kanu will be a plus towards the restoration of social and economic activities in the southeastern region. The senators held a closed-door meeting with the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, where their letter begging President Tinubu to release Mr. Kanu was delivered for onward passage to the presidency. Senator Baribe, who spoke on behalf of his colleagues after that meeting, lamented that the economic and social life in the southeast had suffered enough.
This matter cannot be resolved legally, and if we continue with the legal wrangling, that it will continue to cause the insecurities because the legitimate demands has been hijacked by criminals undesirables and all manners of elements who have used it to perpetrate their own nefarious deals on the rest of the people of the Southeast. Nobody in the Southeast likes what is going on. People cannot go out of their houses on Mondays. People are maimed and killed and all that. And some people are roaming around, killing even security men in the name of looking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu himself also confirmed to me last Monday that he never made any request of that nature that anybody should go and kill people. In fact, he was very pained that the Southeast is suffering because of this.